Well, it's raining.
Get that stuff out of here! It's Southwest Bias!
Welcome into another edition of Southwest Bias, brought to you by our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. If you've been in a serious accident, call the Husband and Wife Law Team today, and they will be able to help you. You can call them at the number that I'm about to give you as my computer crashes in the middle of our open here. You can call them at
Espo. You want me to grab it for you?
Yeah, why don't you grab it, Shane?
602-783-8841. That's 602-783-8841.
This has been a morning already, and we are live from Studio K, brought to you by our friends at Circle K. Become a member of the Inner Circle today by downloading that Circle K app for free. I blame Sam Levitt. We're going to start there, and maybe the rain. You can blame the rain as well. As been a rainy morning here in Phoenix, and most places you hate the rain, right? If you grow up somewhere else and it's dreary and it's wet and you hate it because you see it a lot. But it's different here in the desert. There's something growing up here that when the rain happens, there's something special about it, something that feels calming, something that is a change of pace that can just change your mindset. And the other thing is, it's like a cleansing in the desert, right? You take that weather, that hot weather, and all of a sudden the rain cools it down. You take that layer of dust that's just encased everything like it's trying to protect it, and it rinses it clean. That's what's going on for the Phoenix Suns right now. This season is like that rain. This season is like that cleansing. And after the last couple of years, it feels different. It just feels different. And a lot of people panicked the other night on Sunday when the Suns lost in tough fashion to the Atlanta Hawks. Sure, you blew a 20-point lead late, and things didn't go your way. But this season is about that cleansing. It's about that rebuilding. It's about that fresh start. That layer of crap that's been caked on this franchise that the fan base has had to carry around for 2 years is being washed clean. Brian Gregory and Jordan Ott are kind of like that storm, a fresh perspective that is coming in, that's kind of blown into the city. And the thing with storms is sometimes it still can create some negative things that happen. Flooding can come along with it. Your roof could leak. You could find out that, you know what, we haven't had rain in 8 months and there's a leak in my roof right now. And that's a pain in the ass, even though there's the good that comes along with it. That's what this season is. It's a cleansing. But there will be things like leaks in your roof that are going to come up with the Phoenix Suns. There'll be problems that are unveiled, things that they're going to have to fix, things that'll have to change. Players will get injured, and boy, have we already seen that. But this is a fresh start, a clean start, a new lease on life. The heat of the last few years has cooled down in terms of that pressure. This is that reset, like when the rain resets everything in the desert. And you look at what Devin Booker's doing. MVP caliber so far. quality scoring. His passing has been on point. His defense has been significantly better. Even he has down moments. He's shooting 12% from 3 in his last 5 games. It's going to happen. It's the leak in the roof. It's the flood. Dillon Brooks. You get all of it in one game from him. Back-to-back 30-point games. Tough-nosed defense. Ill-timed technicals. A rant after the game, like a lightning strike from a storm. Grayson Allen playing out of his mind, an injury hits. It's going to happen. Jalen Green, 30-point game. He's out. Going to happen. It's how will they weather the bad parts of this storm and embrace the change and the help that comes with it. How will Jordan Ott's system continue to be embraced? And you want to talk about the dangers of a storm. Go look at the next 13 games that this team's going to play. Toughest strength of schedule. Yeah, SOS. It's fitting. Strength of schedule. I'm not concerned about it. I think they come out the other end as a 500 team, which is a hell of a lot better than a lot of people expected them to be at all this season. Embrace the fresh start. Embrace the change. Enjoy the cool weather that's coming with the rain that Jordan Ott and Brian Gregory have brought, washing away what we've dealt with before. Embrace the fact that you're finding diamonds in the rough in Colin Gillespie and Jordan Goodwin. Embrace when they have a 5-game win streak and understand when they have a 5-game losing streak that'll inevitably happen. Maybe not 5, but there'll be a losing streak. Because there's something special going on right now. And maybe it doesn't bear fruit in year 1. Maybe this is what cleans things and then you build on it this offseason. You continue to build on it. You fix those things that the storm, unveils. And then you accept that there'll be a new day and that'll be maybe a little bit better because you've gone through what you went through this year. And go enjoy the weather. Enjoy that rain as it cleanses the valley. Because you got a basketball team that's fun to watch again. And weather, it ain't so bad right now. But maybe that's just my Southwest bias. We welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, the hardest working man in sports. Shane Diefenbach. Shane, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Espo?
I'm good. First off, damn you, Sam Levitt. Threw off my whole morning.
Sam didn't do anything.
Okay.
He legitimately did nothing.
Damn you on third for making on three, whatever.
No, we call him on third.
I mean, they don't deserve to be called by the right name if they're throwing out things that may or may not be factual.
Honestly, nobody did anything wrong.
Nobody did. I'm just frustrated that I butchered the opening.
Mm-hmm.
That was. I apologize to our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. I will memorize your phone number so we don't run into it again. By the way, I'm going to do it again. Presented by our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. If you've had a serious injury, call the Husband and Wife Law Team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at thehusbandandwifelawteam.com. Sorry, we have to. I give and deliver to the people what they deserve, and they deserved to have that again. Shane, do you like the weather, both when it comes to outside today and what's going on with the Phoenix Suns?
I love the weather. I'm a huge fan of the rain here. It's the best.
Yeah, really? The best, huh? What makes it so good? And what makes
rain in the desert is so great. Like it smells great. I'm not going to talk any basketball on the show. It smells great. It cleanses.
It's the creosote that you smell. You know that?
Yep. It is. It's less dry. Now we're gonna have a nice like cold spell coming in.
Hopefully, yeah.
It looks like it. So yeah, I love the weather. I don't know much about basketball though.
That's a total and utter lie. You played ball, you know ball. Sam Levitt, I want to get into it for a second. Shane, what's your read? Is he going to transfer?
I don't think it's possible to make any blanket statement right now.
I mean, it's
November. It's November 18th, and ASU still has 2 games to play, and they might make the Big 12 championship. Like, there's no point in doing anything right now.
What I really want to talk about, NIL and the whole new transfer portal thing is it just pisses me off.
Yeah, it's strange.
Why are we having, to your point, Jim, why are we having this conversation in the middle of November when there's a season going on? And I get Sam's hurt, so that's part of it. But why are we having this conversation at all? I understand that maybe I'm old man yelling at clouds, but I liked that you had to have a year off before transferring. You can't have a bunch of mercenaries. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for the player, unless there's something that goes on that requires, a kid to transfer. If a coach leaves, I think your window should be open. If there's some major thing that they bench you and they make it very clear you're not going to play, I think you should be allowed to have your window open. I don't think it should just be, hey, I'm going to shop for the most money. And I know that's anti-capitalism, but I'm sorry. I think there needs to be specific parameters on these deals. NIL should be like a contract, and your money goes into a trust, and you have to stay for at least 2 years with the university or something like that. I want some commitment.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine if everybody? Well, this is a bad example. I was going to say if everybody treated marriage like that, but maybe we do. But like, I mean, it's ridiculous to me that it's, hey, I'm up and leaving because they offered me an extra $500,000 and a Jeep Wrangler, so I'm going to go over there.
Yeah,
like there needs to be some term to them staying. Like it should not be 1 year and going without very specific parameters on why. And maybe Sam would be in that case. After a few years here at ASU, but I can't stand the new way of college athletics, because what you've done is you've taken a flawed, broken system like they had with the NCAA running things completely and created a flawed, broken system that's more the Wild West, rather than actually thinking through it, developing a system that works for all involved, and resetting college football and college sports in general in a way that benefits everybody. I think it's nuts, and I think it's crazy that now the ASU football program is going to have to deal with answering questions about this today, when there's probably no answer to actually give at this moment, because I don't even think Sam knows what he's going to do. His brother's out there saying this is total crap. So I guess we will find out, and I don't like it. That said,
if there's gonna be NFL money thrown around, there needs to be NFL contracts.
Yep. That being said, I've entered the transfer portal, just so you're all aware.
Cool.
Coming up next, my favorite guy to BS with, it's Mark McClune. He joins us after the break. Don't worry, I have the ads right here. Talking about Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. They have 4, count them, 4 unbelievable locations in the valley. Wild Horse Pass, Lone Butte, Vequiva, and Santan Mountain. You should go check out any of them. Wild Horse Pass is my favorite, though, because the resort is exceptional. One of the best in the desert, and I am including that city that's north of us in the desert. It is unbelievable. 4,500 slots and live gaming tables to catch all the action. You can go to their best sports book in the valley as well. And if you are looking for a dining option, they've got them all. The food is unbelievable out there. You're looking to go to a show this December, I'm going to go see Ben Folds out at Wild Horse Pass, and they have a slew of concerts, podcasts, and all sorts of things, comedians too, that you can go check out. So go check them out. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playathila.com for more details today. And our friends at Circle K, we are live from Studio K, but there is so much that Circle K has to offer. I've been driving around measuring how much gas I got left, because the 20th, I believe that is Thursday, Yeah, it is. If today's the 18th. Thursday is one of their fuel days. And if you remember the Inner Circle, you were going to save 40 cents off per gallon. Not just 40 cents off the total, 40 cents off per gallon. So why wouldn't you sign up for free to become an Inner Circle member by downloading that Circle K app? Wouldn't you want 40 cents off per gallon with the price of fuel right now? I'm trying to time it perfectly where I need gas right on the 20th, and all day I'm going to have the opportunity to save that money. But it's not just that. I can get 79-cent Polar Pops, 99-cent Frosters, and I got an email today. If I buy gas before December 1st, which you know I'll do, I'm doing it on Thursday, I get a free coffee, and I love the Circle K coffee. So become a member of the Inner Circle today for free by downloading the Circle K app. Terms and conditions apply like everything in life. At participating locations, visit circlek.com for details. I'm going to welcome in a man that I hope isn't outside putting up Christmas lights, because that did not work last time, and I don't really want to have to tap dance for a good 20 minutes to try to make up what we're going to talk about. I'm looking forward to talking with the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark McClune. Mark, how are you, sir?
Very well, and I feel like technical difficulties sort of describes where we're at right now in Valley Sports. Fair?
Fair. I also think that might become your nickname if it keeps happening on this program.
Well, the good news is the Christmas lights all work. The bad news is Grayson Allen, it doesn't look like his quad works. Looks like Sam Levitt might not work for Arizona State much longer. We'll see about that. And nothing's working for the Cardinals. So hence the level of my grouchiness after having to stay up and do the extra point every night to talk about all of this. But you are my ray of sunshine, Espo, so I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. I'm right there with you. 5 days a week here, 5 days a week with the Sun show. I know all about the pain, the trials, the tribulations, my friend. Tonight, we've got a little pain, more in the game doesn't start till 9 p.m. for the Phoenix Suns out there in Portland. First, are you doing the extra point after the Suns game concludes? So are you going to be doing like a 12:30 a.m. show like I am tonight?
So the extra point is preempted tonight for Suns basketball. So just flip on channel 3, the home of Suns basketball. Our crew works really hard, so we didn't think keeping them there till 12:30 at night would be prudent. We'll be right back on the air tomorrow night. You can watch Tom and Tom on the post-game show, pre-game show, and the pre-game show. We're going big at 8 o'clock. Kevin Ray is going to join. Good Evening Arizona at 8 p.m. live from Portland. And Nick King, Griffin Demaray, our new reporter. It's not Demarius, it's Demaray. You're going to get to know this guy. Good guy, good Ole Miss grad, and they'll be in studio and we'll have a lot of fun.
Love it. I got to give you a hard time because I think you should have said I'll do it all by myself. You should have produced, you should have run camera, and you should have run teleprompter. All while you actually hosted the show. Because if I got to be up and do a show at 12:30 a.m., you should have to, Mark. I'm going to call our friend Blanca and see if I can make it happen.
Please do. Yeah, I tried that for like 2 years and had like somewhere between an anxiety attack and I needed to go sit in a dark room for a while. So really glad to have the team. And on those nights where you have other shows that are scheduled to go, I mean, people need their entertainment tonight after the game. And they need Tom and Tom, and we'll be right back with them tomorrow. It's also a matter of the crew, because I guess we could have everybody work a 14-hour day.
I respect that. I make Shane work as long as I deem necessary. So you're a much better boss.
Are you on tonight? By the way, we can catch you. You can stay up late. Okay.
Yep. And I'll be right back here at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
I'm going to join the chat. Should I join the chat?
You should join the chat.
Is that scary?
You should join the chat, and I will give you as much crap as I give you on this program. I don't know if you'll be able to figure it out, Mr. Technical Difficulties, but I think you certainly should. Charles says, Suns game local tonight. Yes, it is on Channel 3 in Arizona Family Sports, so make sure to check it out there with Tom and Tom and EJ and Kevin Ray and our friend of the program, Amanda Pflugrad, as well. What are you making of the Suns right now? Mark, what do you think? I know it was a rough loss the other night, but how are you feeling in terms of it?
I think in just watching the NBA for 400 years now, as we've watched it, I think every team makes a run. Teams take their foot off the gas. They lose concentration. They lose their focus. As Jordan Ott says, they lost their principles. Well, I mean, definitely alarming with what happened in the fourth quarter. Pardon me, my dog because somebody's at the door. Technical difficulties. But I'm more leaning into the first three quarters. Hey, Roscoe, I'm doing a show right now with Espo. And I think the Colin Gillespie play, I can't quit watching that. And I'm just going to chalk up the fourth quarter to Atlanta being really, really good. And thinking that they're, once they get Trae Young back, that they are going to be a force in the East.
I tend to agree. What do you think about NIL? What and the transfer portal? What do you make of it? Because the Sam Levitt news, I don't know if it's real. I don't know what will happen with that, but I do know I don't like what's happening with college sports in general. So.
Yeah, and it makes it hard to really buy in, unless you're one of the teams that can go get people every year. If other teams are just stepping in and taking your guys, it makes you not want to invest. I was over there on Saturday. It was a great atmosphere. Arizona State is a great place to play football. It's a great place to go watch a football game. Took my boys. My oldest is a sophomore in high school. He wanted to go tailgate. He's like, I think I might want to come to school here. And it just saddens me that, you're going to have to do this every year. I think, there was a lot of talk about the athletes not being employees, but who was it that just said they need to sign contracts? I think if you're going to commit to a school, I mean, maybe we do 2 years, maybe we do 3. The contracts need to be negotiated, but this just kind of hopping around, it doesn't make me really want to invest. And I feel like a lot of times, I'm flipping on college basketball right now, and it's like, golly, man, it's a lot of work to get to know these guys, and I know that I'm a dinosaur, but back in the day, you had teams and they stayed together for a couple years and you were able to really invest and learn their stories. And there's just so many stories out there right now. It really has to jump off the screen and grab you.
Speaking of stories, I'm going to take a hard right. I enjoy just talking to a lot of guests, and you and I usually are just going over the latest topics, and I really don't want to talk Cardinals. So I want to know, what kind of was your story? How did you decide to get in this business, and what made you start this insane vanity project that we all do?
Yeah. Oh man, I appreciate you asking. It's a fun one. I love to tell it. Yeah, I was just a kid in Dallas, Texas, in Plano, outside of Dallas, watching the Cowboys, and just couldn't get enough of Dallas Cowboy Weekly and the Tom Landry Show and the NFL Today. And high school football was king. Plano won state 2 straight years when I was a kid. Then we moved to Houston and went to high school there and tried to play football. And that's I really wanted to play, but then I ran into a bunch of guys that did play college football, and it just they had bigger bone density than me. They were bigger, stronger, faster. I kind of wish I would have gone to some of the smaller schools and maybe checked those out that I covered in the Northwest. But so I went to UT, studied there, did not play football. Thought about it, walked in the athletic department one day to maybe think about walking on, and Leonard Davis came walking out, and I was like, there's no shot. These guys are giants.
Former Cardinal.
So, right. Yeah, I got last check. I got a job in Medford, Oregon. Met this girl from the University of Arizona who's now a meteorologist on Good Morning Arizona. And we were in Medford for 3 years. Went up to Spokane. That didn't look like a great decision because she couldn't get a job up there. But, there was some divine intervention. It worked out. Was up there 3 years. She popped up for 4 months, got a job down here. And then this guy, Michael Barkless, who's a producer at the NFL Network now, he was at Fox Sports Arizona. I had his name. And I was trying to get in touch with him because I knew people that knew him, and I'd left like 5 messages for him. And went downtown to the old Deloitte building, and I was like, I'm meeting this guy. I have to. So I had my VHS resume tape on me, and I kept hitting 0. I think it was like cell phones had just been invented. They were a couple years old, and I got Moki Salazar on the line, who was the receptionist, and I was like, hey, I'm looking for Michael Barkless. And she said, oh, he's not in his office. He just went downstairs to get a Coke. And I said, well, what's he wearing? And so a gentleman.
And she called they called the police? Is that what happened?
Right. Well, it was a 50-50 shot. And he walked up drinking a Coke. And I was like, Michael. And he looked at me like he had seen a ghost. Like, what do you want? And I was like, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I'm wondering if I can give you my resume tape. And he's like, why don't you come on up? Oh. And that's how I got here. So of course, thanks for listening to my story.
Of course she couldn't get a job in Spokane. All you have to say is it's raining. There's no meteorologist in Spokane. It's
Well,
there's more weather here difference than there is in Spokane.
right. Cold. Yeah. Cold and colder, man. I mean, especially this time of year. I moved up there around Halloween. Gonzaga basketball had started. It snowed. And I think the snow was on the ground until May. So it was a great place to cover sports. So you had Washington State, you had the Zags, you had Eastern Washington, great high school sports. You had a lot of outdoor stuff. And then the Seahawks would come over and train. So it kept you busy, minor league baseball and hockey. And honestly, like I didn't know how I was ever going to get out of there. Just kind of felt like that. And, was at Fox Sports Arizona for 6 years. And Scott Smith left his job at Channel 5 and rang me up, and I had gone to freelance. So, got on at Channel 5, and then we merged at Channel 3, and April and I worked together again. That's the Cliff Notes version.
She's why your career worked out, because there's always a great woman behind a man that is trying to succeed. So, I mean, that's I know that very well with my wife. Buddha wants to know, what's Roscoe's story? Is Roscoe a rescue? Like, what's Roscoe's story?
So Roscoe is a rescue. I think he just went outside. I could go try to find him, but I'm not sure that would be the best. When he comes back in, we'll talk to him. But yeah, April is kind of like good at finding dogs. Now, we did find one. Never go dog shopping with little children. So we had a great dog, and he passed, and it was like, okay, it's time for another dog. And so I mean, literally my kids were like maybe 6 and 4, and every dog they met, they would fall in love with and start crying. And so we found this one that was great, and then it got home and it was a terror. So that one had to go find a ranch in Payson to hang out at. But Roscoe is a rescue. Found him on a small dog rescue site. He's great. He's burnt orange and white. He's a big Longhorn fan. He's a sweet, sweet dude with a good bark.
We got to play a game, right?
Oh, absolutely. I want to hear your broadcast story though. When do we do that?
You can have me on at some point, or next time you're here,
Okay.
we can talk through that. It's long and convoluted and not all that interesting. And we'll see how long it lasts. It may come to an end sooner rather than later as well.
Seize the day, baby.
Our game tonight is simple. It's called late night, because we got a late night ahead. Well, some of us do. You've got a night off, but the rest of us have a late night ahead of us. So I wanted to ask you questions about late night television. All right.
Yes, all in. A lot of David Letterman time after the late news.
This is my wheelhouse here. First one: which late night host former late night host graduated from Harvard?
Oh wow, Jay Leno.
No, it was actually Conan O'Brien, the man that Jay Leno screwed over multiple times. Who is the host of NBC's Tomorrow Show?
Did Joe Garagiola host it, or did he fill in?
He filled in for Tom Snyder.
Tom Snyder. Okay, I'm over 2. Yep.
Which former late night host, had a role on Drew Carey's sitcom?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that'd be ABC. So I'm going to say Jimmy Kimmel.
Nope, it was Craig Ferguson.
Oh God, I forgot. Craig Ferguson was hilarious. There's got to be a Kilborn one. I was a big Kilborn guy. There's got to be a good Kilborn.
There may or may not be. This next one has an Arizona tie that I find real interesting. Who is the announcer for Jack Parr's Tonight Show?
Jack Parr's Tonight Show. An Arizona tie. I don't even know who Jack Parr's is. Jack Parr's Tonight. Was that before like Johnny Carson?
He was the guy before Johnny Carson. Jack Parr actually quit on air once.
Did he really?
Yes.
Can you see this?
And was gone for a week. And when he came back, he started his monologue with, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, and acted like nothing had happened. The announcer.
That's kind of how. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of how Kimmel was when he was off the air for a week. I think he said something very similar.
Yep.
So that was straight out of the Jack Parr's playbook. All right, but the answer, I'm going to say Ed McMahon, even though I don't. Hugh Downs. Okay.
Yeah, a newsman that wound up having an illustrious career. Which late night host was a sports anchor for ESPN?
That would be Mr. Craig Kilborn.
That is correct.
Remember when he would announce himself? He was his own announcer.
Not always.
I would love to talk to him.
Do you know
who else did he have?
Do you know who his original announcer was? This is your final question. He has
Craig
a baseball tie, so as a baseball guy, you might know him.
So probably from New York. Was it no? I don't know.
Show was in California tie.
Okay, baseball tie. Torey Lovello.
No, John Miller, the voice of the Giants, was the
Adios,
announcer.
pelota. Oh my gosh, him not being on Sunday Night Baseball, I feel like his. I don't watch the brand as much. I mean, I think Vasgersian does a great job. I think Ravitch was on there for a while, but John Miller calling Sunday Night Baseball was poetry.
It really was. So that is a quiz that was probably only entertaining for me because I'm a late night nerd, but it was great to finally stump you. You got one correct out of the quiz.
Dude, Letterman's my wheelhouse, man. Letterman was on CBS, and I've always been on CBS and the top 10 lists and just all of his antics. I miss Letterman.
What was the original announcer from his show? What was his name?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Paul was the music guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember Letterman's. Okay, so that would have been when he was on NBC.
Yeah, I believe it was Bud Melman.
Bud Melman.
Yeah.
I think Bud Melman wants to come co-host The Extra Point. Is he still around?
I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point. He was very old.
What about Hugh Downs? Can we get Hugh Downs in?
I believe he's not around either.
All right. Man, I'm like 0 for 15.
Mark, remind the people, where can they watch the game tonight?
All right, your local home for the Suns, 3TV and Arizona's Family Sports. So if you don't have an antenna, that's the easy way to find us. Or if you have cable, DirecTV. If you can't find our channel, just go on azfamily.com, as we are the home of the Suns pre- and post-game shows. And most nights, the Extra Point, but tonight's game is the late tip-off. So join me in the chat where we will just rip Espo and try to figure out his entire sports story and try to get him to tell us that tonight.
I mean, I've tried to get hired by you multiple times, but I just know
I'm trying.
Love.
It's you know what, it's just when the negotiations get to that level, we have to bring in the accountants. And
I mean, eight figures is tough. I mean, 6 of them are after the decimal point, but still, it's difficult, especially without pennies anymore. It's really tough to figure that out.
We'll pay you in Dogecoin. Yeah.
Follow him, watch him on the Extra Point. Mark, thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
That is another edition of Southwest Bias in the books. Big thank you to the Bias in the chat for hanging out. Hello, Deborah, Buddha, and the whole crew. My wife, Tracy, as well. We appreciate you. Thank you to Shane, who had to hustle today. Thanks to the Sam Levitt Emergency Podcast, but really appreciate all his efforts. You can follow him at Shane Deef. You can follow the program at PHNX_sports. You can follow me at Espo. And remember, have your presenting sponsor up and ready to go before the start of the show. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.